The Justice Department has officially closed its investigation into the killing of Emmett Till. Now, the announcement yesterday leaves only more questions after a supposed bombshell from one of the last living witnesses led investigators down a new trail for evidence. Laura Mcneal, she is BNC's chief legal analyst, who joins us now to talk about this disappointment to perhaps not only the Till family, but the black community. Laura, explain for us why the Justice Department has closed this investigation into the killing of Emmett Till after it seemed likely that they had been given what looked like promising new information about what really happened in this case.
Yes, so according to the DOJ, they had to close this investigation because they were not able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, which is the standard, that Carol Bryant, that's the 21-year-old woman who claims or alleges that Emmett Till whistled at her, they weren't able to prove that she recanted her original statement. And so because they didn't have the evidence to do so, they said they just simply ran out of leads. As you know, the majority of the people that were present during that time at that incident have died. Carol Bryant really is the last living witness.
So Timothy Tyson, the professor who supposedly heard Carolyn Bryant recant her story, interviewed Bryant in 2008, yet news of her supposedly changing her story didn't surface until 10 years later. Why didn't he come forward with his story a lot sooner?
Yes, you know, I actually was very critical of him. That was crucial for him if he had come forward when it first happened during that interview with Carol Bryant, because the DOJ could have interviewed her then. But 10 years later, she changed her mind again. And essentially what he said is because so much time had passed, he really didn't think there was any point. He said there's no criminal action that can be taken because the statute of limitations had run out. He didn't realize the value in what had happened in that interview. But, you know, I'm really disappointed in him. He's a professor like I am. He's at Duke University, and knowing the history, him being a historian, and how significant her recanting her statement was, if not for the criminal aspect, just for setting the record right in history. So I'm really disappointed because that really stalled the investigation. And to be quite frank, Kelly, I'm just disappointed that the DOJ didn't start their original investigation into the 2000s. This happened in the 1950s. So really, we should have been able to get the answers that we needed when there were still living witnesses. So I'm really disappointed in the DOJ as well.
Well, there's a whole litany of complaints against the DOJ for its failure to get involved in this case a lot sooner. The heartbreak still resonates within the black community. Is there any reason, getting back to Tyson, why Tyson has said he didn't record Bryant's supposed confession, yet still decided to go public with it in his book, The Blood of Emmett Till?
Yes, he said he took notes during the interview, but just didn't feel inclined to record it. Again, I just find that to be extremely negligent. Think about it. You have an opportunity to interview the last living witness whose testimony led to the brutal lynching of Emmett Till, and you don't record the testimony. He was just very, very reckless, to be quite honest with you, in my opinion. And just, it's a really strong missed opportunity. It was an opportunity to right a historic wrong, a wrong that has permeated throughout our community for years.
Well, look, I see the picture there with Emmett Till and his mother, Mamie Till, and I have to read a quote here that she stated when her son was sent on vacation. She said this quote, Laura: "Have you ever sent a loved son on vacation and had him return to you in a pine box, so horribly battered and waterlogged that someone needs to tell you this sickening sight is your son, lynched?" I mean, Emmett Till is the case that should sear the conscience of Americans even now in terms of lynching. And it is a case that the Department of Justice and Mr. Tyson perhaps should have taken more sincerely, not to disparage the good efforts of good people there. But do you feel that this may unfortunately close the door permanently on Mamie Till's desire to get justice for her son Emmett Till and his family ever receiving justice for what actually happened to him?
You know, I'm still holding out hope Kelly, and the reason why is Carolyn Bryant is 82 years old. And what we've seen often is when people have done something wrong, as egregious as what she did or what she allegedly did in lying and getting Emmett Till lynched and murdered, brutally murdered, typically when they meet, they're in the moments of meeting, as we say, their master. They tend to want to right wrongs. They tend to want to clear their conscience. And so I'm hopeful that Carol Bryant will clear her conscience before she passes away, whether that is leaving a letter to clear Emmett Till's name and telling the truth to the world about what really happened on that day. But it's outside of the DOJ's hands at this time because she currently refuses to tell the truth. She refuses to talk to officials and admit that she recanted her conversation, or rather her testimony.
It's a painful thing when you go through life and you don't really bring out the truth that could help heal you as well. But again, I want to get back to what Emmett Till said in another statement, Laura. She says, we cannot afford the luxury of self-pity. Our top priority, she added, is to get on with the building process. My personal peace has come through helping boys and girls reach beyond the ordinary and strive for the extraordinary. It says so much of her character, and it says what likely would have been the character of her son, Emmett Till. We need to hold this up to the accountability of justice, not only from DOJ, but also from Bryant, to hopefully come forward and tell the truth. Is that what you're hoping for?
Yes, I am hoping that we will do that, because when I see the picture there of Emmett Till and his mother, to me, Emmett Till represents every little black boy in America, every young black man in America. And to right this wrong would send volumes, a very strong message rather, that black lives matter, that black men's lives have value, and that people need to be held accountable for their actions. And so I'm hoping again that celebrities, other people in the media will continue to put pressure, to be quite frank, on Carol Bryant to do the right thing. If she has any spiritual advisors pressuring her to speak truth, to clear her conscience, and more important, to right this historic wrong that has plagued our community and hurt our community for generations.
Yeah, we have to continue to stand. And Laura, thank you for bringing some insight into this from a legal perspective, and also talking about what has to happen in going forward, and even from a spiritual perspective. And again, one more quote from Ms. Till. She said, when people saw what happened to my son, men stood up. And that's what has to happen. That's what we've been seeing since George Floyd, since Ahmaud Arbery, since Breonna Taylor. All of them are likened to that painful period where Emmett Till lost his life because of racism, because of vigilantism, and we've seen all those things on trial within the past few years here. And Laura, thank you for being right there front and center to bring us some analysis.